Today on our 2012 Mazda 3, we're going to be taking a look at and installing the CURT Class 1 Trailer Hitch Receiver, part number C11383. Here's what this hitch is going to look like once it's installed on the vehicle. And what I like most about it is how far out the receiver tube comes, so it's going to give you plenty of access to use just about any accessory with this hitch. It tucks up tightly to the underside of the fascia, and this way the only thing that you're going to see is the receiver tube and safety chain connection points. This hitch features the 1 1/4 by 1 1/4 inch receiver tube opening with welded on reinforcement collar to give it a nice look and also help with durability. Features the 1/2 inch hitch pinhole, which is going to be good for securing any of your Class 1 accessories. This hitch features a 200-pound max tongue weight rating, which is the downward force on the inside edge of the receiver tube opening here, and it features a 2,000-pound gross trailer weight rating. You will want to be sure to check your owner's manual to see that your vehicle's rated for that type of weight. Now keep in mind, when using all non-trailer loads, they do require the use of a stabilization strap, and you can get that on our site, part number 18050. We'll give you some measurements to help assist you with your selection of hitch-mounted accessories like bike racks or cargo carriers. The distance from the center of the hitch pinhole to the outermost part of the bumper is 3.5 inches, and the distance from the top inside edge of the receiver tube opening to the ground is 9 3/4 inches. It's a nice straightforward installation with no drilling required. Here are the tools that we're going to need for our installation. We're going to have a short 11/16 socket, a long 11/16 socket, a 10mm socket, then we're going to have an extension. You can use a ratchet. You can also use an impact driver if you have one, an 11/16 inch wrench, and a torque wrench. Now, let's show you how to install this hitch. First thing we'll need to do to begin our installation is we'll need to identify our 3 mounting locations on either side. We've got this circular hole that's towards the inside of the frame rail here, and then these 2 holes on the frame rail further forward on the vehicle. Now keep in mind, anything that we do to one side for this install, we'll be doing the same thing on the other side. Now we'll take one of our fish wires and feed the coiled end through our forwardmost mounting location. Feed it towards the rear in order to come out through the access hole here on the inside of the frame rail. Then we can take one of our square hole spacer blocks and a 7/16 carriage bolt and thread it into our fish wire. And then we'll feed the block into the frame first, followed by our carriage bolt. There is a small flange right inside here that you will need to get that block and carriage bolt over, so you'll need to carefully pull it through. You may have to help finagle that block through, but then you can pull it through into its location and remove the fish wire. Then we'll do the same thing for our other 2 mounting locations on this side. And finally, we'll do our rearmost attachment point. Then I'll leave the fish wire on that one. In order to put our hitch up into place, we're going to need to use a 10mm socket and take out the bolts for these 2 fascia supports. Then we'll fold them down out of the way so that we can get our hitch to go up behind our fascia. It's a good idea to grab an extra set of hands to help put the hitch up into place. We'll take that fish wire and feed it through our rearmost mounting location. And we'll carefully feed it up into place. When feeding it up into position, you want to be sure not to push any of your carriage bolts back up into the frame. Then we'll take one of our 7/16 flange nuts and thread it onto one of our carriage bolts to help hold it in place. Now we can take our fish wire off. Now use an 11/16 socket and begin to tighten our hardware. Now we'll go back through and torque all of our fasteners to the specification listed in the instructions. Now we can reinstall our fascia support brackets. That's going to complete our look at and installation of the CURT Class 1 Trailer Hitch Receiver, part number C11383 on our 2012 Mazda 3.
Click the link below to shop, learn more, or visit us at etrailer.com.